4 walls, 1 desk, 1 chair, gray floor, a dim lighting, an environment that just screams, shrink, a cold, sterile environment. I hear footsteps coming down the hall, and right away my body braces because I know what's about to happen. I know I'm about to be put about this small. I feel it coming. But wait, this isn't jail. This is my workspace. This is actually my own little cubicle, my own little space where I can develop my own ideas. But I was told not to work too hard, not to work too much, and just do my job and keep my head down. We're in a room like this, full of people, where we're being watched. Watched so that we stay in our lanes, just enough so that we feel trapped, that we feel like we have this one place that we can't move from. Not quite an unsafe environment, but enough for us to feel like we can't really move that much either. This is the kicker. This is what most organizations actually look like. I'm a consultant and work for organizations exactly like this. And this is what I see every day. The person standing up at the front with the flip chart, with the marker, the one making the decisions, the one saying that they want to engage. They say they want collaboration, but then for some reason, they're the only one speaking the whole time. And when they invite people to speak, well, they speak, but they speak in their language, not theirs. So what does that do? That makes us shut up. That makes us not want to speak up. It makes us want to hold it together so that when we get home, then we can explode with our family where we know it's safe. But then when we don't speak up, we get poured with more work. Because if we're not speaking up, it means we have a lot of time. But then the stress comes up. And then we don't know how to handle it. And then we don't know what to say. And then we don't know how to say it. And we don't know how to even explain it. But then we're labeled. We're quiet quitters. We're disengaged. There's a problem with the workforce because they're not already there. So what do? We decide that we're going to promote for expertise. We're going to promote because the person has the chops or they have the voice. We're still promoting like this, and we're not understanding that we need to train leaders as stewards. But instead, we're giving training such as diversity, equity, and inclusion, cultural sensitivity training, conflict management. Let's just give everybody a bunch of training and hope that that fixes our HR problems. Right? But then we're left with an empty toolbox. We know the words, we have an idea about the concepts, but we don't really know how to create psychological safety in the workplace. We don't really know how to create safer environments for our staff and for our teams to actually chip in. And in the meantime, these people are dealing with the workload on top of probably a burning household back home, right? The children are screaming, they're asking for more attention, but we need to be at work. We need to be on top of the ball. So our nervous systems tend to explode. We don't really know how to handle it because we're dealing with all the pressures at home, and then we go to work and we're dealing with all the pressures at work, but we don't quite know how to put the two together and to consolidate. So my proposition is, let's start talking about stewardship instead of leadership. Leadership has a hierarchy measure, right? It tells us that we have power over somebody. We need to lead a group. What about we switch that language and we start talking about how do we support the people in the room so that they're able to get through the complex shit that we need to deal with every single day, right? So we need to shift that language. But the thing is, we're not training our teams about this. All we're doing is training on regular HR things, but we're not showing them how to facilitate a group for really good conversation. So this is the invitation to this. And this is a full new concept. Let's kind of put leadership in the garbage and see how we might be able to steward our teams so that everybody has power within the meetings. We might be able to co-create a strategic plan. We might be able to understand where our part fit within the strategy. So stop training managers and let's start building stewards. Thank you very much.